Hello, welcome to another video. I hope you're all enjoying videos on the bike. Let me know in the comments section below. So you'll see a little bit of progress made over the last few days. All of this I stripped down, cleaned up, and the stand, although tight, actually works. Obviously I still need to get the foot peg for this side and a nut. But that all works absolutely fine. So today I'm going to remove that front wheel and we'll have a look at the front brakes. Hopefully try and clean the wheel up a bit as well, because this is the one I'm not sure if I need a new wheel. You can see the rust around there. So yeah, I'll get this up on the stand and we'll pull the wheel off. There you go, here's my stand in action, and I've put on a block of wood because when it wasn't on the wood, the wheels were still on the ground. I mean, it was stable, but the wheels were still on the ground. Whereas now, my dodgy, bulging tyre is off the ground. So, I'm going to give it a bit of a wire brush and a spray, but we've got one nut this side, and if I turn there we go, and we've got another nut here, and then this lever for the brake cable needs undoing. I'll probably just undo the screw there because I've got a new cable. This is the one that doesn't move at all, so I've got to free all this off. So the wheel should be loose. Let's just pull these nuts off all the way from it. Oh no, there you go, wheel is loose. Let's do this side. I didn't have to undo that bracket because I started undoing it and then the cable just fell off, so that was a nice easy fix there. I'll do that a bit more, figure out why. I'm guessing this whole, the cable is still attached. The cable is what's holding it on there, it's actually seized on there, so I'll get my hammer out and bit of spray, see if we can get that cable off, and then we'll have a look at the brakes, have a look at the bearings, clean all that up, see if we can clean the wheel up as well. And you can see how bad that bulge is there. So yeah, the brake cable is actually threaded, and you can see it's actually threaded into that hole. I didn't realise that, but we got it out in the end anyway. Maybe you can make out just how bad, I know I keep going on about it, this tyre is so out of shape. So out of shape. I have got a new one coming. I'm guessing it is an original tyre because it's pretty worn as well. If you look at the tread, you can see how worn the grooves are. So, considering it's low mileage and the fact it's Dunlop, it probably is an original tyre. It doesn't have any dates on it like modern tyres, but. Right, so we need to undo this nut here. So I've got the socket, put a socket on there. We'll use a spanner on the other side. We want to go on the inner one there. Move that around. Right, there we go. Let's put the tools back down. That came undone a bit easier than I thought. Okay. This brake lever was just held on. There's a little metal collar that went around it, and then there's a washer, flat washer, a lock washer, and a nut. And that just gave that a wiggle. That came off. And yeah, there we are. There's our brake linings, which don't look too bad. They look original actually because they're riveted on, so I have to be a bit careful with asbestos. That's the problem we've got with it at the moment, is that they stick. See, I've not got my hand on the lever, and it should return back, but nothing much more than just cleaning that up should sort that. Yeah, so the next thing we need to do then, because we know how notchy that is, kind of hard to show on the video. The bearings turn, it just doesn't feel as good as they should. This should just need cleaning up here. So what I'm going to do is, I've got a Haynes manual, so I'm going to go and find the best way of pulling the bearings apart without totally destroying them. There's no grease nipple or anything on there, so... Oh, there is a grease nipple. There is a grease nipple right in the middle of the wheel. Okay, so... But either way, I'd still like to take them out and grease them the old-fashioned way. Right, so I'm going to do this nut now. See if we can have a look at the bearings. Same way around that, I think. I'll put the socket on this side this time. There we go. I've got my little pick because it's guaranteed to be little small pieces in here. Okay, let's use the screwdriver, see if we can just, that's it, get the cover off. Let's see what we've got here then. Oh, see, does that come off? I'm guessing that's some kind of fibre washer to hold the grease in. Careful taking that off. Don't want to destroy that because I haven't got another one. Oh yeah, that's, see, that's really dry grease in there. Really is very dry grease. Look at it. I'm gonna have some blue roll. So that's all going to need a good clean up. My guess is I would see the same on the other side as well. So that's not going to do the bearings any favours at all. Alright, so as you can see, spent a bit of time yesterday cleaning the wheel up. I've wire brushed the rim. I think this bit here will get away with. I thought it was going to be a little bit too scabby, but I think that'll be fine. Now, with the wheel bearings, this section here, there's like a collar on the outside here, that I couldn't get off, and the bearings I think come out this way. So I've managed to pack it full of grease in the wheel there. In there is a little grease nipple. I've cleaned that up. I've ordered a proper grease pump for that, and as soon as it arrives we can go to town greasing it. You can see I've greased that bearing there as well. So the wheel for now is pretty much done, I think. If you can see, I've cleaned up around here with a bit of emery paper. There you go, you can see one patch there that was particularly rusty, just here. That's obviously where it sat for so long, and it's gone like that. So the next job is going to be pulling this apart. I'm guessing if these shoes are anything like cars, we're going to need a screwdriver, because they're going to be pretty tight. Okay, there's one. There's that one off. There we go. Leave them to one side for the moment. And yeah, that should just come through. So let's see if I can get, I was going to say see if I can get some grips. Here's some I prepared earlier. Let's see if we can get a bit of rotation on that. There we are. Pull the nut off. There we are, that slides out. So we'll give that a bit of a clean up in a moment as well. And yeah, the actual backing plate doesn't look too bad, and yeah, we'll give that a quick clean up with some brake cleaner and a rag. Just like that, we have a nice clean backing plate. Actually come up much nicer than I thought. So I'll put that to one side. Let's carefully take these springs off. Now, like I said, these brakes, being as old as they are, and I'm pretty sure they're original, will contain asbestos. So if you are going to be doing this yourself, you need to use plenty of brake cleaner. Soak it in it just so that you don't get the dust particles coming up in the air. And a little bit of, what have I got here? This is 120 grit, I think. I'm just going to clean up. You can see there's like a high edge on there, and we'll just clean that up a little bit try and take this little edge off here, just to make it nice and smooth. But you can see already the difference there. It doesn't need too much. I think that'll probably be alright. You can see how much material's come off of there as well. So what we do with the cars, just put the springs back on where they came out. So as you can see, the two springs are two different sizes. You don't want to get them the wrong way around. Yeah, put that in there. Bit of brake cleaner. I'll try using the same piece. We might need to go and get a fresh bit. Okie dokie. Let's grab the phone. That was a new customer. Nice MOT for later on this morning. Oh, this is the problem you have. You put one spring on and then the other one pops off. And then you put that spring back on and then the other one pops back off. There we go. Right. On that, on that. So. Stay. Right, and I'm going to really risk it now. I'm trying to use this same piece of emery. Oh, just breaking it. Same piece of emery to clean this up. I shouldn't need too much. Look at that. I'll go and grab a pot of grease. I'm thinking what I might do, because you can see as they move out a bit, as they move out, there will be a little bit of movement here, so I think I might, if I can get that to come back off. There we go. Just put a little bit of grease around there as well. Just to make everything move a little bit smoother. Shouldn't need much. There we go. Put that there for 1 minute. Right. Now, tricky bit. We now need to try and separate this. Right, let's do it a different way. Again, same problem we have with cars. That now moves much smoother. Look at that, much smoother. I think if we do that, hook one end on and slide that over there. There we go, all back together. Right, so now we're ready to reassemble. Just to double check that everything's working good. Let's get our brake lever. Just push that on there, and you can see now, springing back every time. Nice, happy with that. So, yeah, just a case of reassembling. I've got to put all the washers and everything back on there first, so I'll get all that done. We'll put it back on the bike. I've got a new brake cable. As you can see, the handlebars have been removed. That's because where these are so rusty and flaky, I'm just going to clean all this up, paint it black for now until I can get a decent second-hand handlebars. I've got new grips, new throttle for there. I'll probably do the same with the clutch and front brake levers. Just give them, it's not very nice when you're using them and you get those sharp edges on there, but it's all flaked off. So they'll just be painted black for now. Like I said, so I can get new ones. My worry is with the condition of the bike, if I put new ones on, they're really going to stand out as not being original. Obviously, if I replace them, they're not going to be original anyway, but they'll look the part. So yeah, for now we'll just paint this black. And again, with the mudguard, I'm probably just going to cut the worst of this rust off for now until I can find a good second-hand front guard. Yeah, so like I say, I'm going to reassemble all this now and put it back on. Thanks for watching. Next video, I'll probably do the back wheel and back brakes.